Malcolm Out Loud is brought to you by Construction with Heart.
So, are women better leaders than men? That's the question we'll discuss with my guests today, Lisa Shasteen and Joanne Weiland again. And they're here today with me in our Women Leaders at the Mic, Thinking on the Brink segment. This is Malcolm Out Loud. Welcome back to the show again. Ladies, let's get right into it. We just discussed the Pew Research survey that showed that only decisiveness did men were favored in after all of those items, that the traits that women just like blew the roof off. I mean, on some of these, like 80% compassionate to 5% for men. Guys, you've got to get a lot more compassion out there, I'll tell you, man. So what do you believe are women's real strengths that can impact their careers? What are the real strengths that can impact the career? Joanne?
Believing in themselves. I think they have so many more talents.
Qualities, we just found out.
Yes, and that they recognize. So I think just
believing in themselves and maybe being a little more decisive.
Yes, good.
I think. Lisa, what do you think?
Well, I think everybody, when they engage in a project or a job, I think everybody, including women, and especially women, I think, need to understand that they need to own that job. You know, they say, own the runway, own the room, own, you know, this. And a lot of people feel that that means to be sort of bombastic and loud. It doesn't. What it means is know everything about it. Be compassionate, bring people toward you. And I think with women, with their compassion and their sensitivity to where other people are coming from, may be able to listen to clients and bring them toward them if they're really good at what they do. Excellent.
Excellent. Well said, Lisa. You know, fear seems to be another big factor that holds women back. Fear, the fear of failure. What is it? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the fear of what? How can they get past this fear business? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a very real situation, and there is so much rejection out there, and women are not used to being rejected, and there's a lot that goes on in Madison Avenue and characterizing the woman as being beautiful and, you know, flowy and, you know, good mother and all this, and there's a lot of pressure on women. So they feel that if they're too good at things that are perceived traditionally as the man's realm, such as Darren Stevens going to work and leaving Samantha of Bewitched at home, you know, then they are failing somehow with their families. They're not failing. They're doing everything that they can do, and they're doing it to the best of their abilities.
So what you're saying, Lisa, is they don't want to be the rejectee, just the rejector.
Right, and I think you can't be afraid of rejection. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you, doesn't like what you do, feels that you're awful at what you do. So what? Go on to the next one. You can't please everyone, period.
Mm-hmm. I also see, though, that they are also have a fear of success. Mm-hmm. I see that more and more in women, because of the fact that, again, they don't be all they're designed to be. They don't really completely believe they can do it. So they're actually fighting more, in my opinion, the fear of success, because they kind of were, again, the way we were brought up, if you were brought up that the man's supposed to be in the spotlight and you're kind of supposed to be the submissive wife, right, or the submissive employee. Mm-hmm. So they actually go so far, and then they still have that fear of succeeding and exceeding possibly a male.
Interesting, Joanne. And of course, on this show, we want everybody to be out loud, so it's not an issue here, Joanne. Just say it, man. So, all right. So communication also is a big part of leadership. We know that. I mean, you can't succeed in leadership without communication skills, and very good communication skills.
Gosh.
You know, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, do you have advice for women out here on how to improve their communication skills and approach, Lisa?
Absolutely. This is one of my top things in my company. I think it's very important to be able to speak publicly, and be able to articulate your thoughts and not repeat yourself endlessly, and also I think your written communication skills are absolutely critical. I think if anybody were to come to me and say, what's the most important thing to know as a woman, is please have a succinct message. Don't babble on about what you're trying to do. Please know what you're trying,
because
what the point is.
It shows a sign of weakness, right, or not being decisive.
Right, it's not decisive.
Yes.
And
we use too many words.
Back into that. Yep. Yep.
So say the answer to that with less words, Joanne.
Be seen, be heard, be known worldwide with ease.
I thank both of you for being with me today on Leaders at the Mic, women leaders at the mic, more importantly, thinking on the brink, of course. And it is really about breaking through the glass ceiling. And again, I think what comes to my mind again, and kudos to people out in the professional world, in the political world, like Hillary Clinton, who broke through the glass ceiling and was a top political candidate, almost pulled it off, of course. And she may be back again, who knows. So thanks for joining us today for Leaders at the Mic. And again, stay with us next for our bobblehead of the week. It's going to be quite fascinating. We'll find out where the beef really is. It's Malcolm Out Loud. Remember, get involved, get loud, and think on the brink.